Hello everyone, this is Ali Reza. In this episode we will continue developing our behavior tree, but before that, if you recall, we were getting a nasty uh, argument exception at the end of the previous video. I tried many things, then I noticed something in my toolbar, help view and property view. Exactly where I have this begin area, one after another, first toolbar, then help, then property, it would give me that argument exception at the stop of playing. So I ended up with putting a try before the begin area and closing the try after the end area and an empty cache that would do exactly nothing because that's not bothering us. So another try, another empty cache, another try, and another empty cache, and that's it. And now I don't get that nasty argument exception. So if you ask me, I would say 5.3.5 has nice bugs in it. I hope they will be debugged in next update. Unity has a very good history of debugging things when it comes to these type of things. Okay, so let's continue with our project. Now that that little thing was gone, we will have two more composites, and I will do both of them in one go. So we have BT random selector node, BT random sequence node, and their schemas. So BT random selector node schema. Yeah, stupid namings, but that's how the system works. So BT random sequence node schema, and this is inheriting from BT base node schema, and that was not supposed to be there, and it's a node, and not nodes, node, and yeah, attribute. Thank you. So this is node and BT base node, not TB, BT base node schema. TB is tuberculosis. Yeah, that's a disease. Okay, so node and BT base node, node, BT base node. Okay, now let's go with these schemas first. Copy, paste, and wait for you guys to take it from monitor. I decided to not share the helps because I'm waiting on the monitor. You can just pause and type it for yourself. Now basically, the random sequence node is just like a sequence node, but instead of going in order from left to right, it randomly chooses one of the nodes from the list. Okay, that's that. And the selector, the random selector, is exactly like that. It's a selector node that chooses its children randomly, and it's really easy, unlike what you may think. Hey, how should I randomly select one node and then tick it on the other node? Nah, that's really simple. You will see how I handle it. So remember, I said BT random selector node is inheriting from BT base node. Well, no, this is a selector, so BT selector node. Why not? So we are using its tick. The only override is its reset. So we call the base, but before calling the base, we say if outputs dot not null or empty and outputs 0 dot connection node dot not null or empty. Then we say outputs 0 dot connection node. Remember, we had this shuffle extension that I developed in the start of the chapter, and I said we will use it in our behavior trees. And here it is. So we shuffle our children at every start. So it will be randomly ordered. And then we just do our stuff like any other selector node. And take a look. The sequence is BT sequence node, and that's that. You know, we have our two nodes. Believe it. We have our two nodes. So only this part is wrong. BT sequence. I'm OCD. Don't mind me. Okay, and that's it. Now the only thing remaining is that we add them inside here. So I will copy these two, paste them, and this is BT R and D, and I will say random selector, random sequence, and this is BT R and D. And remember, I'm just using the correct icons for each one of them, okay? And if you want, these are icons. Random selector, random sequence, blah, blah, blah. So we got two more nodes just from the base of the nodes that we had. That's what you can do actually. So let's go nuts again. I will add a random sequence. For this guy, I will only add a bunch of successes. Just so you see how it will behave, you know. Six is enough? I think 6 is enough. Let's connect them. And let's use our handy playing mode. So, oh yeah, we don't get it because we need to set our tree, and the easiest way is this. If you come into your scene, not in your assets, you find your tree there. That's the easiest way to select the only tree you have. So let's play. See that the order is changing every time, you know. And that's our random sequence. Each time it shuffles its children and then selects one from the order, the new randomly ordered children, okay? And that's our random sequence. So random selector exactly would be a selector. So let's have a random selector. Connect it. Of course, now I need to negate most of the children's and keep one as a success, else you would see just flashes here and there, okay? So let's play. And you see that it will only return success when it hits this guy. But it's randomly ticking the children until it gets to this guy. So sometimes faster, sometimes slower, depending on how many children is being ticked, you know. If this guy is the last one or the first one or stuff. So that's our random selector. Based on random sequence, based on the sequence and the selector, now we had two more nodes that are doing things randomly. Of course, you could, you know, provide a seed if you want to have predictable results. But if you take a look in our extension, We are using RNG Crypto Service Provider. Now, if you go into searching and say with seed C#, you will see that people are yelling at you. Hey, we can't use seeds in here. Okay? And of course, people say that it makes it insecure. They are right. They are totally right. There is someone that is providing some way of doing this, but then, you know, I don't know. I mean, actually, when you are going to use a random stuff, then you really want a random stuff. Okay? For example, you see if he's debugging, then he's using deterministic one. And when he's releasing, he really uses the RNG Crypto Service Provider. Okay? And the deterministic one is using system security cryptography, but instead of RNG, it's using random number generator. If you want to use seeds, meh, go with it. I don't know. But again, you see that it's not providing any seed here. So you can't change the result if you want to. It's just always the same, okay? And the next one, yeah, you see, people are almost doing the same thing, you know, secure random, blah, blah, blah. There are solutions out there that accept seeds if you want to. You can take a look at that. All you had to do is, you know, change the way we are getting this random one. Okay? And here's where he's getting the provider that. Okay? But I think this is really good stuff because, first of all, RNG Crypto Service Provider is really secure and really random. It's one of the few random generators that really creates a random number for you. And it does it very fast. So although the resetting on these guys are small, but still keep in mind the real random, fast, internal, I'm done. No sitting for me. Okay, that's that. And this was a short episode, but we developed 2 more nodes related to that. And trust me, from now on, some of the nodes are really simple. And I mean it, really simple, because if I look into my notes, yeah, we have action, we have condition, and both of them are again another short episode. And in my notes, I had this guy. Let me show you. This guy, this really complex guy. Well, we had done the selector and sequence. Bye-bye to that. We had done our random selector, random sequence. Bye-bye to that. We have our success and failure. So bye-bye to that. Now, parallel is really easy. Trust me. Condition is really easy. Action is really easy. Counter flip-flop are easy. These guys are reflections. In my R&D, I was separating them from each other, but take a look. We are getting values from a field or property. We are setting a value on a field or property. I thought I can merge these to be one node. Then I said, okay, invoke can be injected into that. So I will have one reflection node. Then timer is easy. these guys can be compared to put into one node. This is again easy. Within this stance is really easy. Until failure, until success are easy. Repeat and interrupt are easy, but they have these guys are those nodes that has condition on output, exception on output. These guys will have two outputs, each one. Okay? Or maybe I think repeat may not, but interrupt, until failure, and until success will have two outputs that one of them is a special output. Can hear, can see, I think they are easy. The only thing that I don't know how to implement is send an event and receive event. Those two are the things that I'm still trying to wrap my mind around events in Unity, you know. And I won't implement them until I wrap my mind around them. Maybe it won't happen in this chapter. I don't know. We will see about it. There's no promise on these two, actually. But in condition and action, we will have delegates, so you can implement yours if you know how to do that in the action and the condition ones. And I think I ruined something here with my clickings. Nope. Okay. So yeah, those are all the nodes that you would get in this chapter, except basically this guy, maybe not, and this guy, maybe not. And if you look, we have some of them, and some of them are really easy. I mean, action and condition, maybe counter flip-flop, all of them can be done in one video. So until next episode, have fun everyone. Bye bye.